there's a lot of people out there who are probably not going to catch this, not going to watch it, whatever else. Still really new on streams. But if you see behind me, it's a whole lot of water. In fact, so much water that it's, oh gosh, it's just... So, cruise ship, that's where I'm at. I know there's a lot of back and forth on that. One of the things that I talk about on my channel is a lot of cleanup. And it's a thing where when you go onto a cruise ship, there's a couple of things you have to think about. One is, like, you know, what type of things they do, how they do it, if they're responsible in how they do it, among other things. There's always going to be emissions and stuff like that. But you want to try and take and find some place that is a little bit cleaner, a little bit better. The line that I'm on has a pretty good track record. Yeah, they have some issues and everything. All ships use fuel. It sucks. But anyway, so here I am on the ocean, and there's a big, and I just saw it yesterday. Believe me, I've been busy. There's all kinds of different stuff going on, and it's just, you know, lots of things happening. And you know, I want to touch base. One of the things that I did early on in my streams is I actually went up to Kansas City, Missouri to help pull some cars out of the river, and dealt with Adventures with Purpose and Sam the Adventure Man and Dan the Cameraman, and great guys. I know there's a lot of stuff going on back and forth there, and I mean, you know, I don't want to get into all that and everything, but, you know, observations says Sam's not exactly wrong. So, you know, things happen. But anyway, so this is more of a little update video on stuff, you know, on the ship, headed to Roatan. Great diving, going to be some gorgeous stuff to see, and different things going on, and so hopefully it all goes really good, and who knows, you know, lots of good things down there. Do have an update on one other thing, and I don't think I've even told anybody about this. I have a new tattoo. Now, there's a few people who may have noticed the one that's on my arm. I don't have any pictures right now. Well, maybe I could take and show that off a little bit. And so, yeah, that's a little bit of it. And that's kind of a memorial for my wife. She passed away February 28, 2019, and anybody who watched the Adventures with Purpose stream will have seen some information on that. And one of the things that I did not too long after that happened is I was actually on the ship that I'm on now, and it was good. In some ways it was tough. Being here is still a little bit tough for me. You know, I have a lot of memories on the ship, and makes me emotional, and my friend's here. You know, but it's good. It's overall good, and I'm using this as a platform to get to some places that I really enjoy going to and do some diving. And so, yes, I have a dive booked in Roatan, Honduras. I've actually got a couple other places I'm going to be, Costa Maya, Mexico, or I can't remember how to pronounce it, Newhall, something like that. If you look up Costa Maya, that's the cruise terminal, and so, you know, that's the next place that we're going to be after Roatan, and then we'll be in Cozumel, and I have dives in all those. So I absolutely have to get working on editing video. I wish that I had somebody like Dan to take and go through and you know, do some video editing for me, because I just dread it. Anybody who's edited video, sometimes it just clicks. Sometimes it takes 4 hours to do a 15-minute video, and it's so much of a pain. You know, a lot of the videos that I do, I try and do minimal editing and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely difficult. Oh, bird! Yeah, and looks like he's a long ways away. He don't know where he's going. Happens sometimes, there's a few birds out there and everything. And my friend, yep, seen her a few times. Want to say hi?
Hi.
So, yeah, a couple of birds flying around actually. Interesting. They're a long ways out, and they're not seabirds. They're shorebirds. So they might be hanging around the ship taking a trip to get away from there. So where I'm at right now is actually the aft end of the ship, very back end, deck 11, no 12. And so behind me is actually the Flow Rider. Can't really read it, see it, and everything, but yeah, that's where it's at. And that's been really interesting. Carol was very upset yesterday. She got a little lost, but things are going good, and it's nice. And she sits over here and she says, "Oh my gosh, I got lost and I got frustrated, and oh no." So, but yeah, I'm going to have a lot more content. I've got 2 cameras right now to do recording for the dives that I'm going to do, and so hopefully within the next month or 2 I'll be able to get that going. Now I know I said something about adventures with purpose and all that, and so just a quick little thing. I've kicked a little bit of cash their way, and for anybody that knows me, they know that I don't have a ton of extra when I do things like this. The trip that I'm on right now has actually been in the planning works for a couple of years, and with the pandemic I wasn't able to go. They canceled a bunch of stuff. Right now the bookings on this are extremely limited. I think capacity is less than 50% right now, and so there's a lot of stuff shut down. For me, it's really nice to get out here and just kind of enjoy and see stuff. You get to see some different shows. One of the shows that I loved the first time that I was on the ship was actually a guy named Kiwi Rogers, and just some hilarious stuff. And it was great to see a lot of that. So, yeah, and just so much water. And I mean, look at that. Who can't? Yeah. Here, let me just. Well, can I flip this around? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, get to see things like that and see out around on the ocean and see the water and everything. And if you've never done it, and all, I would recommend it. It just really is great to be able to see and do stuff. And I don't have there it goes. I don't have my microphone with me, so yeah, but it's really enjoyable. There we go. And so yeah, dropped a connection there for a second. It's still, I'm on the ocean and internet's going through a satellite, and among other things. So I'm not going to do this a whole lot longer, but I just want to let people know what's kind of going on and what the plans are. The house is kicked my butt multiple times, and I still get up and get going. Some people know I actually have problems with my shoulder. I broke the end off of the right side clavicle right now about 22 years ago, I think, somewhere around in there. Maybe less, but it was around 2000 when that happened. And so 21 years, 21, somewhere around in there. I walked around for a long time with that piece of bone broke and some tendons tore. And so, like right now I'm holding my phone with my right arm and my shoulder is just screaming. So a lot of times you'll see me switch over, but I'm right-handed, so it's like, well, But yeah, the house has been a lot of work, a lot of things going on and stuff like that. Now I know that there's some people who are probably asking, hey, when am I going to try and take and do things like Adventures with Purpose and find people who are missing. And for people who are looking for things like that, I'm sorry, I can't do it. And I was talking with Carol last night when we were getting ready to go to sleep, and saw Sam the Adventure Man's video and stuff, and I told her I can't do it. I can't. For my mental health, my mental well-being, I can't. I can't actively search for that stuff. I've been through too much loss. I lost my wife February 28th, 2019. I found her. And I hurt my shoulder more when I found her because I tried to bring her back. I tried to revive her. And, it was a lost cause, but I had to try. I had to do something. I couldn't just stand there and do nothing. So I tried. And I lost a son at 9 days old. And that was around 2002. And July of 2002, actually. And that was very detrimental to me. And losing my wife was really, really, really rough. And so it's things like this that I have to do to get my mind straight. And doing the dives and being underwater, in fact, it's funny, Carol calls me Aquaman because being in the water makes me feel less pain. It's the endorphins, it's the oxygen changes, it's the pressures, among other things. It makes me feel better. And so I love doing it, and it's something that I'm going to keep doing no matter what. I will do it till the day I die, as long as I can, as long as I have the ability. And I want to do cleanup every chance I can. And I'm hoping that at some point in time I'll be able to go into the ocean and take and do lionfish hunt and take and get those out of there, because they don't in the Caribbean, in the Gulf, in the Atlantic, around Mexico, United States, all that stuff, those lionfish aren't supposed to be there. And they don't have natural predators, so that's something that I would enjoy doing. And take them out. And it's partly cleaning stuff up. It's doing that different type of stuff. And that's what I want to do with my life. I want to try and do what I can to make things just a little bit better. And that's one of the reasons why I always say, do good things. Good things, it makes things better for everybody. So, there's going to be a lot of other stuff going on. I have a lot of things happening with the house, and that's going to slow me down. But I'm going to have a lot of content come out of the dives. In fact, I believe I have 4 different dives scheduled, and it's 2 dives per. A lot of times that'll probably be put into each a separate video, so that means potentially 8 dive videos. I've got some other stuff that it's from earlier on when I started diving. Not very good video quality. I was moving around a lot, trying to learn. I'm still a very new diver. I am a rescue diver. For anybody who's wondering, right there, Patty Rescue Diver. And that was one of the things that I did because I want to be a person that can help others and do good things. And so, that's why I did it. Will I ever progress any further? I don't know. Probably not. But, and if you hear noise, there's somebody on the flow rider trying to take and help somebody else, and it's a lot of fun to watch and see. So, and this is running a lot longer than I wanted to. I wanted to keep this 10 minutes. Last thing, and I've touched on it a little bit, I fully support Sam, the Adventure Man, and in his decisions. And I hope that if any time he ends up in the Oklahoma area, I hope that he'll hit me up and, maybe we can go do something. He's got a place to stay anytime he comes through. And, Adventures with Purpose, same thing. I don't have any hard feelings to anybody. Whenever there's money involved, there's a lot of times where there's little issues, and everybody wants to make money, everybody wants to do those things, but and to be able to take and support yourself if you're doing the YouTube content constantly all the time, you have to take some for yourself, and cover your expenses and cover things that need to be done. But you have to sit down and say, hey, look, where's my stopping point? Should I be buying cars? Should I be having a huge bank account? I don't know. Donations should be given freely, and known that it's not necessarily going to do certain things. Hopefully it will. That's one of the things we always go for is we take and we sit down and we say, hey, look, if I donate this money to somebody, is it going to do good? And would I take donations? Absolutely. I would prefer if people go out and take and recycle their aluminum cans, or if there's a bunch of steel on their property that's just been sitting and going to rust, recycle it, do that type of thing, and donate that money. Don't take food out of your kids' mouths. Don't short bills to help. It's a great thing if you can do that. If you have a lot of money, if you're Jeff Bezos, absolutely. Jeff Bezos. If you hear this, put every single diver that's on YouTube in new gear with dry suits, all the stuff that they need to go out and do this type of stuff. Because if they're willing to go out and do that, help them. But and yes, those people have to eat. They have to do things. And when you're out on the road and you're doing all that stuff, you have to have money coming in to be able to cover your expenses. And it's hard to do. It's kind of like, hey, look, do I work a job, or do I take and do this stuff? And YouTube monetization is available for a lot of people. But if you haven't done any YouTube stuff, YouTube monetization requires at least 10,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of view time. And then it's not huge, but it is something that happens over a long time. And you can look this up. After X number of views with ads being viewed, you might get a video that's been up for a couple of months. You might get $200-300 over months, from all the videos. The bigger channels, the channels like SB Seeker, Adventures with Purpose. Actually, I talked with Doug on SB Seeker, and I'm not going to name any dollar amounts, but it was a very large amount that he got over 1 month. And, that I know Doug is taking and turning that around, and he's going to use that to go do a bunch of different things and all kinds of other stuff. And so that's good. I've been out there. I helped him. I searched for a long time to find a connection to the world, because I had lost mine. I lost mine with my wife, and my son passed away, and I kind of lost it there too. And I feel like I've got a little bit of a connection back, I think. So, but anyway, so yeah, long video there. But if you're out there and there's a lot of stuff going on, if you know where there's cars and stuff, I would love to be able to go out and do that. I don't have the gear to do it. If there's somebody, and especially in the Oklahoma area, I have absolutely no problem going down and doing a dive on stuff if I can find it. But I'm not geared up with the sonar and all that stuff. And like I say, honestly, I cannot do the lost loved one recovery. I can't. So please keep that in mind when you're watching my videos and content and stuff. It's just not something I can do. So, but anyway, if you've been out here and you've stuck along this far, please, do one big thing for me. Hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment, get subscribed, share it with others. The more that I can do, the more that I can do. And it takes you guys. There's only so much I can do on my own. I can take and I can make content all day. And there's a lot of people out on YouTube that are making content all day, and they're never going to go anywhere. I hope that's not what's going to happen with me. I would like to bring things that are good and soothing and enjoyable to people as much as I can. I know here lately it's been a lot of update videos and stuff, and there's a house involved. It's needed a lot of work. We spent right around $20,000 just to get the house, and if you're anywhere, you know that it's not a great house. It needs a lot of work. Our house has 4 layers of roofing on it. All the plumbing supply lines need to be replaced, and all of the electrical needs to be replaced and upgraded, among other things. There's no insulation in it, and so this winter is going to be a tough one. But I'm doing my best to try and take and do things. So anyway, I'm going to leave you with a few seconds of just quiet video where you can see the water and hear the water around behind me and enjoy that, and then I'm going to get out of here. So here we go with nothing but a little bit of ocean. The only thing that would make this better is if there wasn't people talking in the background, but whenever there's people around, there's a little bit of other stuff. So anyway, that's it for today. Take it easy, have fun, do good things, help other people, do good stuff, right? That's the most important. Catch you later. Bye.